Chosen one, listen carefully, this message you about to hear. The test no one saw. You did not pass the test people applauded. You passed the test that broke you in silence. The nights where no one checked on you. The moments you almost gave up but still chose integrity. You were watched when you thought you were alone. Not by people, by destiny itself. And you passed. The hidden selection. Being chosen was never about being perfect. It was about being willing to walk alone, to lose what was familiar, to stand firm when your soul was shaking. Many wanted the reward. Few survived the process. That is why you are still here. The awakening pain. Your awakening did not come gently. It came through loss, through betrayal, through confusion that forced you inward. This pain was not punishment. It was preparation. It stripped illusions away. It revealed who you truly are. The different frequency. You noticed early you did not fit in. Your thoughts went deeper. Your questions disturbed others. Your presence made people uncomfortable. That was not arrogance. That was alignment. You were never meant to blend in. The silent strength. You learned to be strong without applause, to heal without validation, to grow without guidance. This built something rare inside you. A strength that does not shout. A power that does not beg. A calm that unsettles chaos. The test of character. The real test was who you became when life was unfair. When doing right cost you everything. When walking away was harder than staying. When silence was safer than speaking truth. You chose righteousness over revenge. Growth over ego. Purpose over comfort. The lonely path. The chosen path is narrow. Friends fall away. Family may not understand. Support becomes scarce. But clarity increases. Your intuition sharpens. Your soul becomes louder than fear. The signs you missed. You thought the delays meant failure. They were protection. You thought rejection meant unworthiness. It meant redirection. Every closed door refined your discernment. Every setback increased your awareness. Nothing was wasted. The internal war. You fought battles no one saw. Mental exhaustion. Spiritual confusion. Emotional isolation. Yet you did not turn bitter. You turned inward. You sought truth. That is why you passed. The unseen hand. There were moments you should not have survived. But something intervened. Something redirected events. Something preserved you. That was not luck. That was divine oversight. You were being kept for a reason. The burden of awareness. Knowing more means carrying more. You see through lies faster. You feel energy deeper. You sense danger before it appears. This awareness is heavy, but it is also your gift. It makes you a guardian of truth. The attempt to silence you. Society fears awakened souls. Because you cannot be easily controlled. You question systems. You challenge norms. So they label you strange. Too intense. Too different. That is the price of truth. The discipline of solitude. Isolation taught you discipline. Focus. Self-mastery. Patience. While others escaped themselves. You faced yourself. That alone qualifies you. The death of the old you. You outgrew old habits. Old desires. Old identities. That felt like death. But it was rebirth. You could not ascend carrying old weight. The moment of choice. There was a moment you could have chosen darkness. Revenge. Bitterness. Self-destruction. You chose light instead. even when it hurt. That was the test that mattered most. The alignment. Once you chose correctly, things slowly shifted. Clarity returned. Peace replaced chaos. You began attracting truth, losing distractions, becoming yourself again. The responsibility, being chosen, is not about superiority. It is about responsibility. To lead by example, to protect truth, to remain humble while carrying power, to serve without seeking praise. The inner authority. You stopped seeking approval, stopped explaining yourself, stopped shrinking to fit spaces. You now move with quiet confidence. That is spiritual authority. The final confirmation. If you are hearing this, feeling it resonate deeply, something within you knows. You made it. You passed. You are still standing. The call to rise. Now is not the time to hide. Not the time to doubt. Not the time to return to who you were. You are needed. Your voice matters. Your presence shifts rooms. The activation. Stand firm in who you are becoming. Trust the path that shaped you. Honor the pain that refined you. You did not survive by accident. You were prepared intentionally. The remembrance. Remember who you are. Not who they told you to be. Not who fear tried to make you. But who you were before the world tried to break you. The final truth. The test that mattered most was internal. And you passed. That is why you feel different now. That is why the old life no longer fits. If this message reached you, it was meant for you. Like this video if your soul felt recognized. Comment "I made it" if you know you passed the test. Subscribe to return to awakening and continue this journey with those who truly understand. The quiet after the storm. After the chaos faded, silence arrived. Not empty silence. A sacred stillness. The kind that only comes after survival. This is where many feel lost. But this is where clarity is born. You were not abandoned. You were being recalibrated. The rewiring. Your mind no longer reacts the same. Old triggers lost their power. What once controlled you now feels distant. This is not numbness. This is mastery. You learn to pause instead of panic. To observe instead of explode. That is evolution. The shift in DSRES. What once excited you feels shallow now. Noise irritates you. Drama exhausts you. Surface-level conversations feel heavy. This is a sign of elevation. Your soul craves substance, truth, depth, the eyes that see. You can no longer unsee what you see. Patterns reveal themselves instantly. Intentions become obvious. Energy speaks louder than words. This is why you withdraw. Not out of fear, but out of discernment. The separation. Some people could not follow you here. Not because they were bad, but because they were not meant to come. Different assignments. Letting go hurt, but holding on would have cost you yourself. You chose correctly again. The temptation to return. There will be moments you miss the old version of you. The simplicity, the ignorance, the comfort of not knowing. But you cannot unawaken. You cannot shrink without suffering. Forward is the only direction now. The burden of truth. Truth isolates before it liberates. It removes masks, breaks illusions, exposes intentions. This is why few seek it honestly, and why fewer still can carry it. You learn to hold it without arrogance. The internal compass. You no longer need constant guidance. Your intuition became sharp, immediate, unmistakable. When something is wrong, you feel it. When something is right, you feel peace. This is alignment speaking. The test continues. Passing one test does not end the journey. It upgrades it. The challenges become subtler, more internal. Now the test is consistency. Integrity when no one is watching. Humility when you are capable of more. The watchers. There are eyes on you now. Some inspired. Some threatened. Some confused by your calm. Do not explain yourself. Your energy already answered their questions. The power of restraint. You learned when not to speak, when not to react, when to walk away. This restraint is power, because you know what you are capable of, and you choose peace instead. The rebuilding phase. Now comes rebuilding. Not externally first. Internally. Beliefs are being rewritten. Boundaries strengthened. Vision clarified. The identity locking in. You are no longer searching for who you are. You are remembering, reclaiming, stabilizing. This phase feels quiet, but it is foundational. Everything next depends on this. The call grows louder. What you are meant to do begins whispering. Through ideas, dreams, sudden clarity. Do not rush it. Do not doubt it. Just listen. The final separation. Distractions will try one last time. Old habits, old connections, old fears resurfacing. This is not regression. It is confirmation. You are crossing a threshold. The stillness before expansion. Nothing seems to be happening. Yet everything is aligning. This pause is intentional. Necessary. Expansion always follows stillness. Creation always follows silence, the inner fire. Something steady has ignited within you. Not loud, not reckless, but unwavering. This fire does not need attention. It does not burn to be seen. It burns to keep you moving forward. The shift in identity. You no longer introduce yourself the same way internally. You are not your past, not your mistakes, not your wounds. You are the one who survived them, the one who integrated the lesson, the one who remained standing. The test of humility. Power tests ego before it trusts you. You are given insight before recognition, wisdom before reward, silence before influence. You accepted obscurity without resentment. That is rare. That is why you are trusted. The resistance phase. As you rise internally, resistance appears externally. Unexpected delays, misunderstandings, sudden fatigue. This is not failure. This is calibration. Your system is adjusting to a higher load. The refinement of speech. You choose words carefully now. You understand the weight they carry. You no longer speak to convince. You speak to clarify. Sometimes you say nothing at all. And that speaks loudest. The circle narrows. Your tolerance for misalignment disappeared. You cannot pretend, cannot entertain confusion, cannot sit where your soul feels tight. This is not isolation. This is precision. The memory of purpose. You have flashes of knowing, moments where everything makes sense, where your past suddenly aligns. These are reminders, not imagination. Your purpose has always been there. The inner order. Chaos no longer lives inside you. Even when life feels uncertain, your core remains calm, grounded. This inner order is your foundation. Nothing external can shake it easily now. The unseen protection. What left your life recently was necessary. What failed to work was blocked on purpose. What didn't reach you was never meant to. You are being guarded more than you realize. The pull toward service. Your growth is no longer just for you. You feel drawn to help, to guide, to uplift without forcing. This is how chosen ones serve. By being, not by proving. The pause before visibility. You are not hidden because you are forgotten. You are hidden because you are forming. Visibility comes with responsibility. And you are almost ready. The discernment test. Not every opportunity is alignment. Not every open door is permission. You feel this instinctively now. You wait without anxiety. You move without hesitation when it is right. The integration. All versions of you are merging. The wounded, the strong, the aware. Nothing is being rejected anymore. Everything is being integrated. This is wholeness. The final SHAPING. Life is smoothing rough edges, softening where needed, strengthening where required. You are being shaped for longevity. Not a moment, a mission. The quiet confidence. You do not announce your growth. You embody it. People feel it when you enter. They may not understand why. That is alignment speaking. The wait. There is one last waiting period. Not as punishment, as precision. Timing matters now more than effort. Patience is your final discipline. The threshold. You can feel it. The old chapter is closed. The new one is near. Closer than ever. Do not rush. Do not retreat. Stand present, the internal stillness. Your reactions have slowed. Not because you care less, but because you understand more. You no longer rush to defend yourself. You let truth reveal itself in time. You trust outcomes instead of arguments. This calm is earned. The end of proving. You once wanted to be understood. Now you are content being aligned. Misinterpretation no longer disturbs your center. Silence protects your energy. Those meant to see you will. Those who do not are not meant to. The shift in battles. Your battles are no longer external. They are subtle, internal, thought-based. You guard your mind carefully now, because you know that clarity is power. The language of signs. Life speaks to you differently now. Through patterns, timing, unspoken confirmations. You notice repeated messages, aligned encounters, perfectly timed delays. The end of escapism. You no longer numb yourself. No longer avoid discomfort. You sit with truth, even when it is uncomfortable. This is maturity of the soul. The discipline of energy. You feel when something drains you. You leave earlier. Respond less. Protect your frequency. This is not selfishness. This is stewardship. The respect for process. You stopped demanding answers. Stopped forcing outcomes. You allow things to unfold. Trust replaced control. And peace followed. The return of joy. Joy comes back quietly. In small moments. In stillness. In simplicity. Not excitement. Contentment. The kind that stays. The strength of BONDRIS. You say no without guilt. Yes without fear. Your boundaries are calm. Firm. They do not need explanation. The soul confidence. You trust yourself now. Your decisions. Your instincts. Your timing. This trust is the foundation of everything next. The end of inner conflict. Parts of you that once fought are at peace. The mind listens to the soul. The heart trusts wisdom. This internal unity is rare. The deepening. Everything is becoming more meaningful. Words carry weight. Moments feel intentional. Life feels guided. You are no longer drifting. The last layer. One final layer is shedding. Old fears dissolving. Residual doubt fading. The need for certainty loosening. Faith is stabilizing. The readiness. You are not waiting anymore. You are available. Open. Present. When the call comes, you will move naturally. The silent yes. Your soul has already agreed, even before your mind catches up. This yes was whispered long ago, and now it is being honored. The edge of beginning. You are standing at the edge. Not anxious. Not rushed. Aware. Everything behind you prepared you for what is ahead, the soul anchor. There is something anchoring you now. A deep sense of knowing. Not hope. Not wish. Certainty without explanation. You may not see the full picture, but you trust the direction. The end of inner noise. The constant questioning has softened. Overthinking lost its grip. Your mind rests more often. Silence feels safe. This is alignment settling in. The return of authentic power. You no longer force strength. It flows naturally. You speak when needed. You move when called. This power is grounded. Not reactive. Not performative. The collapse of false urgency. You stopped rushing destiny. Stopped chasing timelines. Stopped comparing paths. You understand now. What is yours cannot miss you. The stability test. Calm is now the test. Can you remain centered without chaos? Can you stay disciplined without pressure? Can you hold peace without sabotaging it? You are learning to. The soul's rhythm. Your life has a new rhythm. Rest. Action. Reflection. You listen to your energy. Not external demands. The deep trust. You trust the unseen. Even when evidence is quiet. Even when progress is subtle. Faith is no longer emotional. It is embodied. The release of control. You stop trying to manage everything. You allow outcomes. You surrender timing. This surrender is strength. The clear sight. You see what drains you quickly. You see what nourishes you deeply. You choose accordingly. This discernment protects your future. The integrity loop. Your words match your actions. Your actions match your values. Your values match your purpose. There is no fragmentation anymore. The end of seeking. You are no longer searching for signs. You are becoming one. Your presence confirms truth. This is embodiment. The last check. Life will test this calm gently. Not to break you, but to confirm stability. You will respond differently now. The readiness signal. Opportunities will arrive quietly. Without drama. Without force. They will feel natural. Obvious. The moment before move. You sense movement approaching. Not anxiety. Anticipation. A grounded readiness. Everything inside you is prepared. The standing still. You are not frozen. You are poised. Balanced. Aware. This is how alignment looks just before expansion, the quiet confirmation. There are moments now when everything feels affirmed without words. No signs needed. No reassurance required. You simply know. This knowing is not emotional. It is settled. Rooted. The maturity of faith. Your faith no longer depends on outcomes. You trust even when results are delayed, even when answers are absent. This is not blind belief. This is lived experience. The end of self-doubt. The voice that once questioned your worth has softened, not because life became easy, but because you became anchored. You know who you are now, and that changes everything. The new relationship with time. You no longer feel behind, no longer rushed, no longer pressured. You understand timing as intelligence, not delay. The emotional sovereignty. Your emotions inform you. They no longer control you. You feel deeply, but you choose wisely. This is self-mastery. The return of clarity. Decisions feel simpler, not because life is simple, but because you are clear. Confusion fades in the presence of alignment. The respect for silence. You value silence more than noise. It restores you, guides you, strengthens you. In silence, your direction sharpens. The inner authority, ACTIVATS. You no longer look outward for permission. You trust your inner authority. You move when it says move. This authority is calm, but undeniable. The end of resistance. You stopped resisting what is. You work with reality, not against it. Acceptance unlocked momentum. The consistency of peace. Peace is no longer temporary. It stays even when life shifts, even when challenges arise. This peace is earned. The preparation complete. You sense it now. The forming is done. The refining complete. What remains is expression. The still invitation. Life is no longer pushing you. It is inviting you. Gently, clearly, you will recognize the moment. The alignment window. There will be a window. A clear opening. Effortless. When it appears, you will not hesitate. The calm before action. Your nervous system is steady. Your heart is open. Your mind is clear. This is readiness in its purest form. The step ahead. You are not guessing anymore. You are responding. Responding to what has always known you. Everything is in place, the embodied truth. You are no longer learning truth. You are living it. It shows in how you move, how you speak. There is coherence now. Nothing forced. Nothing fragmented. The quiet impact. Your presence affects others more than your words. People feel calmer around you. Some feel exposed. Some feel inspired. This is not intention. It is resonance. The end of explanation. You stopped explaining your journey. Those who know, know. Those who don't are not meant to. Your life is the message now. The respect for energy. You treat your energy as sacred. You invest it intentionally. You withdraw it without guilt. This discipline preserves your clarity. The strength of softness. You discovered that gentleness is not weakness. It is controlled power. It is wisdom applied. You no longer harden to survive. The inner order DEPNS. Your thoughts align faster. Your emotions settle quicker. Your decisions land cleanly. This internal order supports expansion. The departure from chaos. Chaos no longer tracks you. You do not mistake intensity for meaning. You choose depth over drama. This choice protects your path. The soul-led pace. You move at a pace that feels true. Not rushed. Not delayed. This pace honors your nervous system. The trust in self. You trust your interpretation of reality, your perception, your experience. This trust removes confusion. The last shadows. Old shadows attempt one final echo, not to return, but to be released completely. You acknowledge them without attachment. The final integration. Everything you went through now makes sense. The losses, the delays, the solitude, all of it shaped capacity. The open channel. You feel more receptive. Ideas arrive effortlessly. Insight flows naturally. You are open without being unguarded. The invisible shift. Others may not notice yet, but something has shifted permanently. Inside you, you crossed a line that cannot be uncrossed. The stability of being. You are no longer becoming. You are being. Present. Grounded. This state is rare. The ready stillness. You stand in stillness. Not waiting. Not chasing. Aligned. Available. Prepared, the deep ROOTING. You feel rooted in yourself now. Not attached. Not clinging. Grounded. No storm easily moves you. Because you are no longer built on surface things. The soul eyes. You look at the world differently. With compassion. With clarity. Without illusion. You see people as they are. Not as you wish them to be. The end of rescuing. You stop trying to save everyone. You understand now. Each soul has its own path. You lead by example. Not force. The internal agreement. Your mind and soul no longer argue. They cooperate. They trust each other. This agreement creates flow. The soft confidence. Your confidence does not announce itself. It settles quietly. It reassures. Others feel safe in your presence. The last resistance. The final resistance is subtle. Comfort. Familiarity. The known. You feel it loosening. You are ready to step beyond it. The aware pause. You pause before moving. Not from fear. From awareness. Every step now is intentional. The inner authenticity. You are honest with yourself. Radically. Gently. This honesty keeps you aligned. The end of performance. You no longer perform spirituality. You live it. Quietly. Consistently. This is embodiment. The depth of presence. When you are present, you are fully there. Not distracted. Not fragmented. Presence becomes your power. The subtle expansion. Your world is expanding internally first. Capacity. Perspective. Compassion. External expansion will follow naturally. The return to simplicity. You value simple truths. Clear intentions. Clean energy. Complexity no longer impresses you. The last preparation. Everything now is preparation through stillness. Through listening. Through patience. You are not being delayed. You are being positioned. The calm certainty. Certainty rests quietly in your chest. Not excitement. Not fear. A calm yes. The ready soul. You are ready. Not desperate. Not hurried. Ready in the truest sense, the inner ground. You stand on your own ground now. Not borrowed beliefs. Not inherited fears. Your own truth. This ground is stable. Because it was built through experience. The end of seeking validation. Approval no longer moves you. Praise does not inflate you. Criticism does not diminish you. You are internally referenced. The soul memory. There are moments of remembrance, not memories, recognition, a sense that you have always known this path. The emotional clarity. You feel emotions cleanly. They pass through. They do not stay stuck. This fluidity keeps you light. The unforced alignment. Nothing feels forced now. Connections, decisions, movement. Ease is the signal you trust. The final refinement. Life is no longer breaking you. It is polishing you, smoothing edges, sharpening intention. This refinement is gentle. The soul's yes. Your yes is clean. Your no is calm. Both are respected. This clarity protects your path. The end of doubt loops. You no longer circle the same questions. Answers have settled. Peace replaced analysis. This is resolution. The quiet alignment. Your outer life begins to reflect your inner state. Slowly, naturally, congruence is forming. The readiness field. You feel held by something larger. Not controlled. Supported. This support allows courage. The last threshold. You are near a crossing. You feel it in your body. In your breath. Stillness deepens before movement. The embodied trust. You trust yourself fully. Your timing. Your discernment. This trust is unshakable. The open space. There is space now. Internally. Externally. Space for what is next. The steady heart. Your heart is steady. Open. Unafraid. This steadiness is your strength. The pause before entry. You are at the edge. Not looking back. Not rushing forward. Present. Grounded. Ready. If this message resonated with your soul, it is your moment to step fully into your power. Like this video to honor your journey, comment, "I made it," to declare that you have passed the test that mattered most, and subscribe to Return to Awakening to continue walking with those who truly understand the path of the awakened. Your presence matters, your voice matters, and your awakening cannot wait. Claim it now.